Before she became the people's princess, Diana Spencer lived a life marked by privilege, heartbreak, and quiet resilience. Born on July 1, 1961, at Park House on the Sandringham estate in Norfolk, England, Diana Frances Spencer was the fourth of 5 children to Edward John Spencer, Viscount Althorp, and Frances Ruth Burke Roach. From the very beginning, Diana's life was intertwined with the British aristocracy. Her family was closely connected to the royal household. Park House itself was leased from Queen Elizabeth II, and Diana would often play with Prince Andrew and Prince Edward during her early years. But behind the grand titles and elegant homes, Diana's childhood was not as idyllic as it seemed. When Diana was just 6 years old, her parents' marriage began to unravel in a very public and painful way. The eventual divorce in 1969 deeply affected Diana, who later recalled the bitter custody battle between her parents as one of the most traumatic experiences of her life. She and her siblings, Sarah, Jane, and Charles, were shuffled between homes, and Diana often felt isolated and emotionally neglected. Her mother lost custody, and Diana remained with her father, a decision that created a rift in her relationship with her mother for years to come. These early emotional wounds would shape much of her compassionate and empathetic nature in adulthood. Despite these personal challenges, Diana was known for her gentle spirit and shy demeanor. She was educated at Riddlesworth Hall School and later at the West Heath Girls' School, where she was not particularly academic but excelled in music, dance, and especially sports. Her teachers and peers described her as cheerful, kind-hearted, and quietly determined. She struggled academically, but never lost her natural warmth and ability to connect with others. Though she didn't shine in the classroom, Diana had a deep love for children, which led her to briefly work as a kindergarten assistant in London, a job she adored and would often describe as one of the most fulfilling experiences of her early adulthood. In 1975, her life changed again when her father inherited the title of Earl Spencer, and Diana became Lady Diana Spencer. The family moved to Althorp, their ancestral home, a sprawling estate in Northamptonshire, filled with history and wealth, but also with the shadow of emotional scars. As she entered her teenage years, Diana began to live more independently, eventually moving into a London flat with several friends. It was during this period, still living quietly and largely unknown to the public, that fate would begin to shift in her direction. Her older sister Sarah had once dated Prince Charles, and it was through these aristocratic connections that Diana first came into the orbit of the future King of England. What's striking about Diana's early life is how ordinary and extraordinary it was at the same time. Born into nobility yet marked by the pain of a broken home, raised among the elite yet grounded in empathy and simplicity, Diana developed a unique sensitivity to the suffering of others. These formative years did not just prepare her for royal life. They forged the heart of the woman who would become one of the most beloved figures of the 20th century. Long before the cameras followed her every move, before the world knew her as a global icon, Diana Spencer was a young girl seeking love, stability, and purpose. And in that quiet search, the roots of her enduring legacy began to grow.